I say outswing and inswing on core, and there's no bowler in the world can do that as accurate as the bowling machine.
With the top-class players, we're trying to get them to use their feet against the spin bowlers. We then set the machine up at 30-35 miles an hour and angle the head. And that does provide a serious challenge to the batter to use his feet as you would wish outdoors.
You can get the flight out of the machine very good indeed, even better than most spin bowlers can bowl, really. Not a lot of spin bowlers can get a loop on the ball, which the machine really does very efficiently. Also spin off the wicket as well.
There aren't very many good spin bowlers at this league, and the ones that there are get a lot of wickets because we have so little practice batting against them. The machine's taught us to use our feet so much more and to read the flight of the ball.
Most of the people that I coach don't come up against much good spin bowling, or if they do, they're lacking confidence again it, and they need coaching against spin bowling. I particularly like it myself because I don't move my feet much when I'm batting, so I like to get my feet moving and get my head in the right position to get my attacking shots against spin bowling just right.
If we bowl an off break, it does tend to swing in and then spin in. Now, most of the off-spin bowlers will swing out and then spin in. So it is slightly different when you use it for spin. You've got a slight variation to the genuine delivery in the air. But playing it off the pitch is fine. It turns and spins off the pitch. So it's practice for people spinning off the pitch, yeah.
I want you picking the bat up close to your body in that area. You can pick it up like that if you want, anywhere there, but not out in that fashion. So watch again, there, keeping your bat in your hands close to your body. They take a lot of the hard work out of coaching because one of my staff can feed the machine and I can concentrate on the actual batter's performance. It's all going to work, nothing else for the remaining time. Okay, Lee, service please. Lovely head position. Lovely head position. Good, good.
We've got a nice little outdoor junior pitch outside, which gets a little bit of use, but mainly it's indoors in the cricket nets that we do most of our coaching. And this is when we use a bowling machine, really, coaching youngsters right from being, 10 years old and under to chaps that are wanting to come back in their 50s and early 60s.
I've come across a lot of younger children that watch a lot of cricket, and the first thing they say, well, I'm going to get hit, it's a hard ball. But when you get them into a situation where they've got a bowling machine, they're able to play shots and not be worried about getting hit. And especially with me, I'm always thinking about, well, am I going to get hit? And you actually know that the ball's going to pitch there and you're in no danger, so you can build confidence. And I think cricket's basically all about confidence, and if you have confidence, well then you're able to play the game to the best of your ability.
Because they know and they're confident in their own mind, the next ball isn't going to come at their heads or something like that when you've set the machine up. You can gradually increase the speed and get them playing against fast bowling that they would never dream about playing against if it was a youngster of their own size.
you often get youngsters who are trying to hurl the ball as fast as Wakar Yunus and Wasim Akram, and that can go anywhere. And young children aren't equipped with helmets and pads and everything. They want to try and emulate, say, their batting heroes, and the machine means that we can get the consistency where we can put the ball in the right place all the time, and the children can be introduced to getting the ball on the bat, and that's an important start in actually introducing cricket and then teaching it.
Quite short, good. That's good, you're playing it late now, that's very excellent.
General adjustment of line and length is made with a large ball joint mounted underneath the machine. The professional model's also fitted with vernier adjusters for line and length. This one for length, this one for line. Anti-clockwise decreases the length, clockwise to increase it. On the line adjustment, anti-clockwise moves the ball to leg stump, clockwise to off stump. That's a right-hander, of course. The head of the machine is also flexibly mounted so that the line and length of individual balls can be varied as necessary or as required by the operator.
I've only got to lift the bar on the ball going short. So if I set it on a good length and then allow the batsman to get himself in on a good length that he might receive from the opening bowler who's trying to contain him initially at the start of the innings, I can then give him a short delivery merely by lifting the bar just with the weight of my finger, and the ball will go in much, much shorter. Or if I want then, having given him a couple of short ones, I can pretend to be the bowler that's made a mistake and has now bowled him a half volley by pushing down the bar very gently, and the ball will pitch that further up. Then I'll just leave it on a good length for a few balls, then back to a short pitch. But also I can hold the bar and turn the head very slightly, and I can get a square cut or a ball that slips down the leg side a bit that they can hook or pull. So they get a complete innings if they bat for an hour or so. But that's the experience from using the thing for so many years, you know. So our players now will come down and say, well, you know, let me have a knock against that, but I want to play an innings in a match. I don't necessarily want to work on one specific skill. Nasser is a flamboyant player, likes to play his shots. He would use it to try and tighten up his game, and he would use it to deal with, as he did before the West Indies tour, the short pitch bowling.
Well, you can use the machine to practice specific shots, which you can't really do when you have bowlers running in at you and wanting to bowl where they want to bowl. And I find it good practice if I'm struggling with a particular shot, say the cover drive or something like that. I get the bowling machine set on that for about half an hour and just practice away at that particular shot.
If you've got a shot that you're not playing particularly well, or you've got a technical deficiency, it's easier to iron that out and groove a shot on the machine than against bowlers who are not able to put the ball in the same area most of the time.
And you know, it's usually a fine line between something that's getting you a lot of runs and something that's getting you out. Usually it's the same shot, and you have to go in the nets and try and technically work at overcoming the problem without getting rid of the runs that shot will get you.
Also the automatic feeder we find is good because, again, the young pro can go in there. If he wants to hit a few dozen drives, he can set it up himself and work all on his own quite happily without anybody with him. So that's quite a useful little trick for us.
The automatic feed I find useful. In fact, I bought the automatic feed for myself, really, so I could get some practice when people weren't looking over my shoulder all the time. But I find it very useful for myself if I'm out of form during the season and there's nobody around to bowl at me, to give myself some practice. Or any player that's wanting to develop their game, that doesn't really want to be seen to be practicing all the time, or have mates come and bowl at him all the time, can just slip into the net and half an hour's practice and build himself some confidence up for the Saturday.
We use the bowling machines up at Lilleshall, and it's always a fight between sort of the top batsmen to get on the machine first and dominate for sort of an hour or so. And I found it fantastic in sort of helping out with my shots, you know, grooving my shots, various speeds, various sort of swing bowling, in swing, out swing, and also before Australia, it helped with short pitch deliveries, you know, and practicing, and you were fairly confident that you knew where it was going to come. And, you know, we had great success with it, really. I would say that probably 50 or 60 is probably our average women's speed. But, you know, I mean, I have sort of been in front, stood aside and sort of had it up to sort of 90 and 100 and think, my God, thank goodness I don't play men's cricket.
One of the beauties of it is, you see, that granddad can come with grandson, girlfriend can come with boyfriend, and the boyfriend maybe who can't play can feed the girlfriend who can play. So that somebody who has no skill or aptitude in bowling can in fact use the machine and provide good practice for somebody who is keen to play, somebody who can play.
No, it's so much variety you can get from the machine that it's ideal, and if I could put one on my Christmas list, then that's where it would be.
The bowling machine is great for all shots, whether it be the square cut or the hook shot, or the forward defensive shot. It can also float the ball up, so if you'd like to use it against spin bowling, you can also do that, and I've found it a tremendous help.
The bowling machine is used by young, old, not so good, good and very good alike. It really is useful for all types of players.
I had about three innings on the bowling machine throughout the Friday, and ended up getting 102 on Sunday, which was a pleasant surprise. As you know, I'd been a little bit lacking runs in the last few weeks, so it certainly did me some good having a few overs, a few bucketfuls of balls on the machine.
I'm sure before long you'll probably see it come into one of the games actually. You know, Sunday League cricket you see, you know, bowling machine each end, you know, because it's getting like that. With all the restrictions they're putting on the bowlers, they might as well just have a bowling machine at each end, you know, and just feed the machine.